Oh, hi.
Chelsea,
Unmute.
it's Chris from Fox 5 in DC. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Is that real snow behind you?
It is.
Oh my
It's
God.
snowing.
It is gorgeous there.
I know. I'm in Whistler, Canada.
Oh, okay. Well, whenever you're ready, we can dive right in.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. First and foremost, we are recording this on the Monday after the Super Bowl. Did you get to check it out? Did you get to watch the halftime? Any thoughts on Bad Bunny?
Oh, it was awesome. That was one of the best halftime shows I have seen, and the timing could not have come at a better time.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of people tuned in for it. And so I do think there was this sort of cultural moment happening. So, in addition to the Super Bowl, the halftime show, also the Winter Olympics underway. Look at the background behind you. Are you tuning in? Are you a big fan of the Winter Games?
Yes, I am. I'm a huge fan of the Olympics. I'm a huge fan of Michaela's and Lindsay's. And I actually celebrated by going on a heli ski trip this weekend. We were in northern BC and we jumped out of helicopters and skied down the mountain so I could record my birthday video for this year. So,
That was going to be my very next question about whether
yes,
we're expecting a birthday ski video coming up here.
it's coming. But this one's very intense because I was heli skiing. So I had to have an avalanche pack on, I had to have a transceiver. So there's not going to be nearly as much skin as people have become accustomed to.
Understood. And happy early birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, let's talk about the High and Mighty tour. That's obviously what we're here to talk about. You're coming to DC this coming weekend. Talk to me a little bit about the tour. The name I love, obviously.
Thank you. Higher and mightier together as a community is how I look at it. I've had so many adventures this year. I went and I traveled Europe. I toured Europe. And I went to I think 17 countries in 24 days. Like we hit it hard. And then when I got back from Europe, I got invited to a psychedelic conference in Antarctica. So I went to Antarctica on a psychedelic conference. So half the boat was researching psychedelics and the other half was using them, and you know which group I was in. And and to put an exclamation point on this trip, I met this guy in Vegas after my residency one night. I was gambling. My friends lost all my money, and I always give them money to gamble because I'm forcing them to gamble. And they lost all my money, and so I was like, okay, guys, you guys don't know what you're doing. I got to go win this money back. So I sit down at a random table next to some random guy who's wearing a cowboy hat, and he had lots of chips. And I was like, can I borrow a couple $1,000s? I'm going to win right away, and I'll pay you back. So I started winning. I paid him back with interest. Then I won all my money back that my girlfriends had lost. And then the next day, this guy's texting me and he's like, hey, you seem like a great adventure. Like we had a great time together last night. I'm the one who loaned you money so you could win all that money. He said, you know, when is your next, when can I see you again? And so I sent him a link to the trip to Antarctica and I said, well, this is my next big adventure. And then 24 hours later, he said, I'll see you in Antarctica. And he came to Antarctica. So that was a pretty big move. And I respect it. So we're still dating.
Well, congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Cute.
Well, okay, so you're coming to DC on Valentine's Day weekend of all weekends, of course. So that actually leads me into the question of whether your show this weekend, February 13th here in Washington, DC, is that a good romantic date night vibe?
First of all, any man that brings their girlfriend or wife to my show is going to leave and have a very happy night after the show. Okay. So that's the sign of a real man is buying tickets for their loved one to a Chelsea Handler show. First of all, the DAR, which is where I'm performing, the Daughters of the American Revolution, the building is one of my favorite venues. So it was like a no brainer to start my tour there, especially because it's DC. That's one of my favorite cities. And, you know, with everything going on, I just want to be a big reminder of joyfulness, happiness, togetherness. Sitting next to a stranger in a theater and laughing together is the reason I do my job.
Yeah, DC's been a little bit weird, obviously, for a lot of people over the last years. What are DC crowds like in general when you come
Smart,
into a stand-up show? Smart?
smart. Yes. Informed and smart. And I like that. And while my show isn't political, I mean, I think we've, it's a very distressing time we're all living through, a dark time in American history. So I don't focus on the politics. I focus on a reprieve from the politics. Everyone knows how I feel politically anyway. It's not like I have to keep, saying it all the time, but it feels like you do sometimes. But, it's a reprieve. I want people to be reminded about that, like, togetherness and happiness. And I want people to be inspired by the way in which I live my life, which is out loud and unapologetically. And I like to leave women feeling infused with that feeling.
As long as the guys aren't looking up afterwards. I was on your Instagram page recently.
Right, right. Yes. When you're performing sexual acts, stay focused and look away.
They'll probably edit that part out of this interview when we air it later this week. So, in addition to the stand-up tour, obviously you've also got the podcast, Dear Chelsea, going on. I mean, what is that? Just like scratch a different kind of itch for you? And what is your favorite type of conversation to have with your guests? Because you have everyone from recently Josh Radnor, you've had Olympic athletes.
The main point of this podcast is to connect with real people, my fans, the callers that call in for advice for like real life problems. I mean, I kind of did it as a joke, like a Dear Abby, but since I'm always, giving out advice, whether it's solicited or not, I figured, oh, let's make a podcast out of it. And so I love to connect with real human beings. I've been, interviewing celebrities my entire life. So that's not the reason I do this. It's the reason is I get to talk to people. And it's a lot like being on the road, being in front of an audience of, 3,000 people that are paying to see you. It's like, it's great feeling as a performer and as someone who's had a career as long as I have to be able to see those people and to connect with them, and to show up.
So while you're here in DC, any big plans, any special spots that you'd like to hit?
Well, not the White House, but yeah, I have some special restaurants I like. I love Georgetown. I love that area. I have some friends in DC. Yeah, so I'm gonna. My sister's coming, but she likes to start the tour with me. She loves DC too, so we'll be bouncing around there for a couple days, prepping.
And is the boyfriend gonna make appearances during the tour as
Not,
well?
not right away. I don't know if he's ready to see my set yet. I mean, he's probably going to be in it, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different level of pressure when you find out that your whole life's going to be out there, type of a thing. So
Yeah,
how do
I
you kind of
know.
brace people for that when you do meet them for the first time?
Well, it's never my intention, but I'm always like, listen, I mean, if you're with me, you got to have to understand you're going to be part of my material at some point.
All right, Chelsea. So in addition to the stand-up tour and the podcast, what else have you got going on? Can people expect?
I'm going to announce a new TV show that I'm going to be starring in soon, but I can't announce it yet. But that's really exciting, and it's really funny and really ridiculous. And I've never started my own TV show, so I'm looking forward to announcing that. And in the meantime, I'm going to be on this High and Mighty tour, just spreading joy and sunshine.
Spreading joy and sunshine. Well, you've been some joy and sunshine for me here this morning. Thank you much for spending some time with us here in DC. Congratulations on the tour. Have a great time while you're here, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Take
Thank
care.
you. You too. Bye bye.